You do not lose respect the moment your partner compares you to another man in public. You lose it when you smile to prove you are not weak. Double date. 4 people at one table. The man across from you says he planned the whole night in advance. Your partner looks at him, then at you. See? He actually plans things in advance. The table goes quiet. He heard it. The other woman heard it. You heard exactly where you were just placed, lower. And now the table waits to see what you do with it. Then you laugh. Maybe you say, "Yeah, I need to work on that." That laugh is not composure. It is damage control. You are not keeping the peace. You are cleaning up disrespect for the person who created it. You think that laugh makes you look secure. It does not. You look like a man trying to make his own lowering less uncomfortable for everyone watching. That is where respect starts to drop, not at the comparison, at the recovery. This video breaks down 4 moments people lose respect for you. Quiet reactions that teach others how far they can lower you in public. And the third moment is where this stops being awkward and starts becoming permission. Because the real loss is not that they tested you, it is that you rushed to make their disrespect easier for everyone else to sit with. Your sovereignty begins at your reaction. The first moment does not happen with strangers. It happens with people who already know where to place the old version of you. 1. When your family puts you back in the lower role. Some families do not insult you. They just remind the room which version of you they still respect the least. At a family dinner, one old story is all it takes. Then one adult looks across the table and says, "Your sister was always the one who had things together. You were more all over the place." The room shifts, a fork slows down, a cousin smirks and pretends not to. Everyone heard it. You were just placed lower in front of the whole table. Your eyes drop, your shoulders lose a little height. You breathe out and say, "Yeah, she always was." That is the move that costs you, not because the sentence was brutal, because you helped it land. The room does not read maturity, it reads consent. He would rather accept the lower role than make this table uncomfortable. That is how respect leaks. You abandon your position to protect theirs. They brought the old role back to the table. You sat down inside it. And now they know it still works. Once one old sentence can still make you fold, they stop treating it like the past. They start using it as leverage. Now the old version of you is not a memory. It is a tool. They do not need to argue with the adult you became. They can still summon the smaller one. So do not rush to defend yourself, but do not help them reduce you either. Keep your eyes up. Do not nod the frame in. Do not explain your whole life. Return one short question. "You still see me that way?" Then stop. That line makes them carry what they tried to hand you. The weak reaction is not the silence. It is the quick agreement, the little nod. The moment you help the room keep seeing you small. The humiliation is not that they remember the old you. It is that one sentence still makes you become him in front of everyone. And if one old family line can make you accept a lower place at the table, wait until the same move hits where your competence is being judged. 2. When your boss ranks you below a coworker in front of the team. The disrespect is not always loud. Sometimes it comes dressed as feedback, and you help it strip weight off your name. Your presentation ends with the whole team still looking at you. Then your manager says, "Daniel keeps his points much tighter. You could learn from that." That line does not just correct your work, it ranks you before the room has even moved on, and you feel the hit. Not rage, pressure to look professional without looking bruised. Chin up, instant nod, quick agreement. Then you say, "Fair, Daniel's really good at that." That is where you lose ground. Not because you accepted feedback, because you rushed to make the public comparison feel normal. You were ranked in front of the team, then you made the ranking easy to live with. Your manager does not have to carry the awkwardness. You carry it for him, and the team sees the whole thing. They do not think he is mature. They think he will help make his own downgrade sound reasonable. That is not professionalism. That is public self-reduction with good manners. You were not being coachable. You were making the drop smoother. The team learns this. He will help the room call a public downgrade feedback. That ranking stops feeling risky around you. If this lands clean once, the next one comes quicker and more public. Soon, people feel comfortable placing your competence beside someone else's right in front of you. So do not lash out, do not sulk, do not explain the whole presentation like you are trying to earn your seat back. Cut the comparison away from the point. Keep your face still. Keep your voice even. Then say, if the point is my delivery, say that directly. That line accepts the point. It rejects the ranking. Calm is not helping someone lower you while you stand there smiling like it was fair. Calm is making them say exactly what they mean without using another man to place you beneath him. The worst part was not Daniel. It was the room watching you help that comparison settle onto your shoulders. Next, they will not need authority to lower you, just your own space and one cheap laugh. The 3, when they make you the joke in your own space, that comparison is bait. Help it land and you become the joke. You are trying to get the grill working when someone looks over and says, Jason would have had this done already. A few people laugh, not because of the grill, because another man was just used to make you look less capable in your own space. And you feel the room waiting. You add, yeah, Jason would have finished before I even started. Now the laugh gets bigger. That is where respect drops. They threw one cheap line. You turned it into a group moment at your own expense. The room did not need to lower you twice. You handled the second part yourself. That is what they read. He will not protect his position. He will help us enjoy lowering it. That is when a joke stops being a joke. It becomes a room policy. This is not taking a joke. This is giving the room permission to use you for the next laugh. It happened in your house, your people, your table, your space. They stepped over the line once. You moved the line back for them. Here is what the room learns. He is more afraid of looking sensitive than of being disrespected. So he will help. He will add the second joke. He will save the mood. He will lower himself before anyone has to push. That is not confidence. It is self-erasure with a smile. So stop at the first hit. Do not add the second joke. Do not make the room lighter by making yourself smaller. Use this. Hold. Look. Return. Look at the person who said it. Then return the weight. You needed a comparison for that? That is enough. No speech, no anger. Make the comment stand there without your help. A man with weight does not help the room enjoy disrespecting him, because once a room learns, you will turn yourself into the joke. It stops checking whether the line was too far. It starts checking how far you will help it go, and the next moment cuts deeper. They will not compare your skill, they will compare your life. 4, when they compare your life to another man's, and you accept the verdict. They do not need to prove you are behind. Sometimes you say it for them. You are at a reunion, old friends catching up, everyone quietly checking who moved ahead and who did not. Then someone looks at you and says, Ben bought his place years ago. You're still figuring things out, right? Light tone, clean smile, dirty hit. Ben is ahead. You're behind, and the group hears it. You feel the pressure instantly, not to answer well, to avoid looking hurt. So you shrug, Half smile. Let your voice drop. Yeah, I guess I'm still catching up. That is the collapse. They ranked your life. You accepted the ranking. They gave the room a comparison. You gave it confirmation. The group does not just hear insecurity, it hears agreement. That is the moment their scoreboard stops being rude and starts sounding official. You already answered like their scoreboard owns the room. This time, they are not touching your work. They are touching the life you have built, your place in the race they just created. And you answer like you already believe you are losing it. That is not humility. That is panic, trying to sound self-aware. You think agreeing first makes you look honest. It makes the hit easier to use again, because once you say, "I'm still catching up," the room no longer has to wonder whether behind fits you. You wore it for them. So do not self-label. Do not defend your timeline. Do not explain why your road looks different from Ben's. That still accepts the scoreboard. Refuse it. Say, "That's your scoreboard, not mine." Or, "You're ranking lives. I'm not." Then stop. No biography. No soft laugh to make their comparison easier to digest. The moment you speak just to avoid looking behind, you're no longer protecting your life. You're protecting their ranking of it. They did not make you smaller with that question. You did when you answered like their ranking had authority over your life. Comparison was theirs. The lower place became yours when you confirmed it. People do not lose respect for you only when you look weak. They lose it when they watch you abandon your own frame to recover theirs. A comparison does not finish the damage. Your reaction does. Respect leaks out when you make your own lowering easy for other people to live with. You do not lose respect when they test you. You lose it when you rush to prove you still deserve it. This wasn't about controlling the situation. It was about refusing to cooperate with the moment that was trying to place you beneath someone else. Self-respect is not something you demand. It's something you demonstrate. Power is not loud. It's measured. Calm is not passive. It's controlled. Your sovereignty begins at your reaction. Subscribe to Stoic Calm Code, because when disrespect stops hiding behind comparison and hits you directly, most men make the reaction that costs them even more.